Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
We're back. This is a sports podcast and we're going to talk about sports. But before we get to that, the shining star that I must hear from. How you doing, Brother Bear?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be here, man. Talking sports, getting exclusive, getting reckless. I think that's ultimately what we're striving to do here at Forget What You Heard. And just enjoying it, giving you guys a good listen and just speaking our minds.
Yeah, I have a feeling this episode is going to get unhinged.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a Dahmer, I'll put him out there.
Not that unhinged. We're going to keep it a little civil. But there's a lot to talk about. But
Yeah.
The hottest topic right now, Luke, I believe is, the NFL Combine, the draft, NFL. NFL is what's going on right now. Let's talk a little bit about that, man. What's sticking out to you? What's really buttering your buns? What's, kissing you on the head?
Well, I mean, recency bias will have you looking at the NFL Combine because it just happened. A lot of big names, big players putting up crazy numbers. 40 yards, bench press, vertical jumps are getting broken, records are getting smashed. And it's just interesting to see, measurables and how freaky these freaky players are, when putting them to the test and stuff. And I think this year, like looking forward into the draft, looking at the prospects, this is the most anything could happen.
Diverse group of people.
Just all these mock drafts I've seen being dropped, they're so different. No one has a freaking clue on who's going where. So many different needs for different teams. Chicago Bears have so many needs. Are they trading down? What do the Texans do? So many quarterbacks, needy teams. What do they do? It's just a surefire bet of chaos.
Yeah, and I think the first name that jumps off the page here is the quarterback from Florida, Anthony Richardson.
Tony Rich.
Man, that guy put on a show. Some are saying the best combine for a quarterback in history.
It'd be hard to argue.
And what was it, a 4.43?
Yeah.
42-inch vertical?
10.9 broad jump.
Throwing the ball perfectly in the breadbasket on the long throws.
We'll say he throws a pretty ball. He really
It was
does.
beautiful, but to me, everyone's sold on this guy, and he deservedly so. If you perform, you deserve to move up in the draft.
Right.
But I'm not going out on a limb and saying this guy's going to save your franchise. He's definitely a project to me, but people are saying this guy's like a savior. He's still a project in my eye.
I agree. I think you kind of look at it the way – I'm not comparing the two, but the way Josh Allen was kind of looked at. He big arm, had all these tools. But I will say I agree with what you're saying, but he is the most enticing. He's the most interesting quarterback prospect. He's the guy where you're like, okay, we have these certain players. Maybe we have a veteran quarterback. Let's just take a shot on Anthony Richardson, because he is a guy, with the measurables, with his ability, he is a guy that could easily become a franchise guy. It's just, are you willing to take the risk reward that he brings? But, man, after seeing what he's done, some of the throws he's made at Florida, you're like, man, this guy really could be Josh Allen. He could be that special player. But, yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, there's a lot for him to prove. I mean, his best bet would be to sit behind a vet his first year,
I think it's he needs to go to a franchise that really believes in him and will do things for him. I think he just needs a couple tweaks and development, and I think he can be the franchise guy. And
So you're saying like a franchise that knows what they're doing.
a franchise that is willing to do anything for him.
Do you
Like
have one in mind?
like for example, the opposite of that would be Justin Fields. They've done everything to
Push
not
him away. Almost,
yeah, to not get him to develop, and he still had a fantastic year. And that's even more promising for Anthony Richardson, knowing that if all else fails, he can run that ball, you know?
Yeah.
He's, what is he, 6'4", 244 pounds?
Yeah.
That's a grown man.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Like, I don't know. I mean, personally, selfishly, I really love Anthony Richardson.
I know you do. You really do. And, like, yeah, just going off that, like, in my opinion, after seeing what he did at the combine, like I was on Instagram and I saw like the numbers. I saw him run his 40, and I was gonna post. I was gonna say he will be the first overall pick. Like he is the first overall pick, and I wouldn't be shocked if he went number one. The Colts, the Raiders trade up, the Panthers trade up to 1, Chicago moves back, and we see Anthony Richardson go 1 overall. It's possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked, but that leads us into another segment.
Okay.
The Bryce Young, the C.J. Stroud, the Will Levis. Okay, they took a picture together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice, great looking man. 6'4", 200 plus. And you look over, the camera pans over, you see a little guy, Bryce Young.
Yeah,
What he measured in 5'10"?
Was he? I thought he was 6 foot.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he's 5'10".
Oh, he is. I wasn't sure.
I'm pretty sure that's
5'10", 190 or something.
yeah, 190.
Okay.
That's a little guy.
It's little, yeah.
But are you one of those people that really sells your soul to the fact that if he's small, you can't draft him as the first quarterback? Or are you one of those guys like, it doesn't matter his stature, it's how you play, you know? Are you one of those people like, you're scared for him to get hit every play, will he get up, taking a beating, all that? Or is it just like, this guy's so talented, it don't matter, he should be the first quarterback drafted?
Yeah, I mean, that's the ultimate question. I mean, because, like...
That's the biggest debate in sports right now.
Because if Bryce Young was C.J. Stroud's height, he would be the number 1 pick easy. There's no questions. But, like, I think as a GM, you're looking at Bryce Young like, okay, he has limitations. He's short. He's small. Yeah, I'm going to be worried if he gets hit wrong, hits hard, Kyler Murray, blah, blah, blah. But I think you have to look at Bryce Young and expect more because of the size and the height. Like, okay, since he has this limitation, how much better can he get in these other aspects of his game? But if you look at Alabama, his game speaks for himself. I mean, that's what he said in regards to his height and weight. Like, if you put on the tape, like, yeah, Bryce Young's that guy. But I think as a GM in the NFL, like, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it like it would definitely hinder my decision, I think.
Luke, you're towing the line right now. I need you to pick a side. You're saying this, you're saying that.
It all depends
which side of the fence you're on, one side or the other?
For me, I mean, if I'm a GM and I did the research and it's like, okay, Bryce Young is the best quarterback, I would take him regardless.
You're not a GM, you're Luke. What do you think? Are you taking him as the first quarterback? I'm
taking him over Will Levis.
This guy.
It's Bryce Young, Stroud, and Richardson are all just very interesting in different ways, I haven't dove into it, but, like, in all honesty, I think C.J. Stroud could be the most productive quarterback if he's in the right situation. I mean, very accurate. He's very good under pressure. But then, like, Bryce Young brings a different element of, like, extending plays and, improvisation. He's very, 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 very good at. So I think, like, a fit like the Texans would make sense to get a guy like Bryce Young.
So you'd be happy if the Texans drafted Bryce Young?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they should trade up one spot and sure up Bryce Young just because he can.
Okay.
He can sure up that. Oh, I don't have great players around me, but I can make them great because of the things that I can do outside of some of these other quarterbacks in terms of, like, improvisation and, making the big throws, big moments. Because he's used to it, man. I mean, yeah, he's small, But at Alabama, he's behind 6'6", 6'5", NFL ready offensive line. So like, how big of a concern is the height and weight really? You know, played in the SEC. He's played with big offensive linemen. You know, so is it really that big of a deal?
Is all this concern like because of Kyler Murray? Or are we always been worried about a smoke? I don't remember this talk when Kyler Murray was being drafted number 1.
I remember.
It was?
And I don't think it's because of Kyler. I think it's because we've only seen one guy in
Drew.
NFL history that's under 6 foot that's really had a ton of success, which was Mr. Drew Brees.
What about Doug Flutie?
What about Doug Flutie? I mean, yeah, he played quarterback, legend. But he wasn't. Like, it's the unknown, you know, it's the uncertainty of that. But it wouldn't bother me. I think I'd take Bryce Young first overall.
Let me tell you something. I think Bryce Young is a generational talent.
Do you?
However, I do have concerns about the height and weight.
Right.
But let me ask you this, Luke. If he's 6'2" and he only weighs 180, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's all about height, man, and the weight really doesn't matter. It doesn't. People are like, oh, he's under 200 pounds, but I don't think that would matter that much. Lamar's what?
Probably 205.
When he was drafted?
Probably, yeah. But he's like 6'3". I mean, height and weight definitely does matter. You look at Herbert, you look at Burrow, you look at Mahomes, they're all thick buddies, you know? Like, they're thick people.
They got big butt.
They're never really, you know, you don't get hurt as much. Dante Culpepper, you know?
Dante Culpepper was a unit.
It's just like, how many times do we see a quarterback in the NFL that's like lengthy, skinny, who actually turns out to be like a freak?
Brock Osweiler.
Like Russell Wilson, he's like 5'11", but he's thick. Like, he's built to take big hits. You know, Kyler Murray's little. He's been dealing with injuries. Runs a lot. I think he'll be fine. I'm taking Bryce Young. I think he's a great player for the Texans or whoever trades up. But I'm interested in C.J. Stroud. I think he's got the highest floor of the group.
I like C.J. Stroud too.
Because I think he can come in and be very impactful from day one.
But has there ever been a good Ohio State quarterback in the pros?
Yeah.
Who?
Cardell Jones. Braxton Miller.
Rest in peace.
Hassan Haskins.
None of them have been good.
Yeah, but there's a first time for everything.
Yeah. And then I guess the wild card is kind of Will Levis.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they'll all go in the top 10, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
Where does Will Levis go? The Raiders?
I think the Raiders, yeah.
Where does C.J. Stroud go?
Either the Colts or the Panthers.
So what are the teams that are looking to draft a quarterback?
Texans,
the Texans,
Colts,
the Colts.
Raiders, Panthers.
What about the Falcons?
Falcons, they're going to get Lamar Jackson.
It looks like, Lamar isn't going to have a deal done by this afternoon, so they're going to have to put the franchise tag on him.
They're going to have to trade him.
Why?
Because if Lamar's not going to get paid, he's going to ask to leave. He's not going to want to play on the tag.
But he can just sit out?
This is the biggest butcher of all time. Like, the Ravens have normally been okay, in the front office. But they messed up big time with Lamar.
Yeah, they did a horrible job with not drafting wide receivers, not getting good free agent wide receivers.
Hey, back that up, man. Rashad Bateman's good.
Rashad Bateman ain't that guy.
Yeah, he is.
No.
He is. Marquise Brown was good.
But he's not that guy.
Bateman is that guy. I'll guarantee it.
No.
Guarantee it.
Not yet.
He will be.
Yeah, but they missed the mark, man. They missed the mark. And I think it's time for... I think Lamar Jackson in Atlanta would be really cool.
Yeah, me too.
With Arthur Smith.
Well, not only that, man, they messed up because you waited so long to get him an extension. Now his value goes down because every team knows they didn't get a deal done. He's going to be tagged. He's going to force his way out. His value, his trade value goes down now because everyone knows that he's going to ask out. So you lose value there. You lose your franchise quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, they just fumbled the bag. Why would you not get this deal done earlier? I don't know. But
I've got a theory.
trade him to Atlanta.
They have a Pro Bowl backup quarterback, Tyler Huntley. Did you see him in the Pro Bowl skill challenge?
Yeah, but what does he do in the NFL?
Stinks.
He made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, that'll always be on his resume, so I mean, he's kind of like Lamar, but just not as good.
I don't think they think about Tyler Huntley when they're talking about Lamar.
Why won't they pay Lamar? I don't get it.
The Ravens have always been like that. They don't really pay their players. That's what Ed Reed was saying. They just don't really do that. Only a few people. But at this point, I mean, Lamar's going to be on a different team. It sounds like Atlanta would be pretty cool if he went
Aaron
there.
Rodgers is going to be on the Jets.
Yeah, I've heard they keep talking.
He just got permission today, I think, to talk to the Jets.
He talked yesterday, and they're talking again today.
He's going to the Jets because they missed out on Derek Carr. Derek Carr went to the Saints.
What do you think about that?
And he's officially the best quarterback in that division.
For now.
Chris Olave. Beautiful. What's that other guy? What's that speed guy's name? Rashid.
Shaheed, yeah. Rasham Shaheed.
What?
Shaheem?
What's his first name?
Rashad?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think the Saints probably win that division as it stands right now.
I don't know. Derek Carr stinks.
Well, who are the other quarterbacks in that division?
CJ Stroud.
What's his name? Desmond Ritter?
Desmond Ritter.
Sam Darnold?
Kyle Trask.
Yeah, that's easy.
I mean, dude, it's not going to stay like that. I mean, other teams definitely will make a move. Once free agency opens on Sunday.
Carolina's going to get Anthony Richardson.
You think so?
Yeah, they love him.
They're going to have to trade up to number 1.
No, they're not. Number 9.
No, Richardson's not falling to 9. I guarantee it.
You think he's going to go ahead of Bryce Young and CJ Stroud?
I'm thinking.
I wouldn't mind him on the Raiders, though.
Because you have to think. Like, people can say whatever they want about the combine, but the way he went out there and was like, I'm different. He's different than any other quarterback.
Apparently he interviewed really good, too.
Like, if I had to bet, like, Bryce Young would go number 1, but Richardson's not falling past 4, like the Colts. I think the Colts are a good spot for him. Like, that's just what I think, man. I mean, combine says a lot. The way you interview says a lot, and he destroyed both.
It's true.
And just like people are he's enticing. Like I said, he's the most enticing guy. You see Josh Allen now, it's like, this guy could be like that. Like, we can't miss out on him.
I guess we have to wait till, like, pro days to really judge, like, Bryce Young even more. Because he didn't do anything at the combine, did he?
No.
CJ Stroud?
He did. He threw.
Did he run a 40?
I don't think so.
I bet you he runs a 4.76.
You think he's that slow?
That's not slow.
I think he's faster than that, right?
You know that? Have you ever seen those YouTube videos with, like, the guy with the big butt?
Yeah, I was gonna share it with you yesterday.
Dude, he ran a 4.8.
Really?
Yeah. He was at the combine.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he's walking off and they zoom in on his butt.
Mm-hmm.
What does he put in there?
It's his butt, dude. It's his real butt.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That guy cracks me up, man.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, man. I don't know where he came from, but
All these people are getting released, man.
who?
Donovan Smith,
Who's that?
the left tackle for the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers got to rebuild again.
Byron Jones, who can't walk anymore.
He got released.
He's going to March 15th is the release, but they're telling him, hey, we're releasing you Frank Clark. None of these guys are buzzing you?
No.
Well, I'm confused about Byron Jones. Why can't he walk anymore?
He hasn't played in like 2 years.
But I remember he posted something on like Twitter where he's basically like confessing that he's handicapped.
I think he said he couldn't run or jump. But he's been remember he had like hamstrings and like knees and ankles. He'd always been dealing with that.
You think? Yeah, I guess he'll never play again.
No, I think he's retiring.
Dang.
What about some other prospects, non-QB guys that excited you?
I only like one other guy. Bijan Robinson.
That's the only other guy?
I'm not really excited about the A&M guy. What's his name? Akan?
Well, not running backs, just like players in general.
Oh, the linebacker from Georgia.
Okay.
I mean, I wish I could say more about the wide receivers, but the ones that I really wanted to know didn't really do what I wanted them to do, like the 40, like Quentin Johnston. I think he just did the vertical and the broad jump.
Who's your favorite of the class, receiver?
I like the guy from West Virginia, Wheaton. He's got 2 last names. Remember we watched him one day?
Yeah.
And I looked at the 40s, and he was always at the top, and I was like, I remember that guy, so I'm going to bet on him. He's going to be one of those freaks one day.
Yeah, I remember that. He was a freak in that game.
He was a freak, and I think he was a freak throughout college, but he plays at West Virginia, so we didn't get it. He's like my dark horse, the guy I want.
Yeah, he's like 6'4".
Actually, he's got everything you need. He just didn't play in like the big time games, but there's always those guys in the Big 12. Oklahoma State wide receivers, West Virginia. I guess you can't really say West Virginia. They've had what's his name, Kevin White, and
yeah, but like
Tevin
Big 12,
Austin,
yeah, I got like
Tavon
Oklahoma
Austin.
and
I don't know. I really
Baylor,
like that guy. He was
Texas
always
Tech.
in like the top 5 of every list.
Really?
3 cone drill, the shuttle, vertical. You forgot about him, didn't you?
I forgot about him. I did, but and I mean, if he's top 5, he could sneak into like be like a 3rd round pick, 2nd round pick.
Yeah, but I want to see Quentin Johnston's 40.
Why you don't?
Did he catch at the combine?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'd like to see Jackson and Nigba, his 40.
He's slow.
I don't like that. I wish everyone would just run at the combine, because they're juicing the numbers at their pro day.
Yeah.
I don't like that. They stop the stopwatch when they're on the 30.
Yeah, they run on a track or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Addison was the one guy that really ran, who's
4.49.
I think because that he did run there, he's probably going to be at the
He's
top.
probably
Jose Flowers ran too, and I think both of those guys, because of that, are going to be taken before them other guys.
I like Addison second most.
To who? Who's one?
The West Virginia guy.
As in, like, you would take him over Addison?
No, I'm just saying, like, I like them as prospects.
You like Addison?
Yeah, a lot.
What do you like most about him?
His route running. He's seasoned. We have a lot of film on him. Like, I think you can trust his hands, his footwork.
His hands are iffy.
You can work on it.
But
They said that about Kadarius Toney.
He's the best route runner. He's seasoned, I agree. He'll be a first rounder.
I just feel like he's the one I can trust the most.
What's a good fit for him?
Chargers.
Everyone thinks that.
Someone's got to replace Keenan one of these days.
Yeah, but it sounds like they're going to keep Keenan.
Well, if they keep Keenan, they already have too much. Josh Palmer.
Exactly. That's why I don't love that.
What were you thinking? I mean, anywhere in the NFC South.
NFC South?
I think that the Saints would be cool.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I don't know. I mean, you could throw a dart at the draft board and you can go there.
I think Tennessee could use a receiver.
Tennessee, that'd be, yeah. I mean, Tennessee's gonna be a poop show here in about 6 weeks.
They could trade for
Derrick
Hopkins.
Henry's gonna be gone. Tannehill needs to retire. Like, they just need a. What's his name? Taylor Lewan's gone. I mean, what else?
Oh, Derrick Henry's on the block.
Bud Dupree.
What about Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry can go to Philly and you can be happy because I'm still not gonna root for him.
You like him on Philly?
I don't like the fit for that. Like, he's not really a fast tempo, up tempo running back, if you ask me. But it could cause problems for the NFL if they used him in that kind of offense. I think he could be trouble. Can you imagine like running a no huddle with Derrick Henry and just giving him a draw and letting him pound people's heads repeatedly? But we've never seen him do that, have we? We have never seen him they set up, get in their huddle. He gets back about 5 yards, and they hand him off, and he goes.
Yeah, but I mean obviously
with that offensive line,
but I think you would adjust things. I mean, it would be kind of. I mean, in my opinion, if that were to happen, you would have Kenneth Gainwell in the no tempo, fast pace, and then
I want Kenny to have the reins.
Similar to like when LeGarrette Blount was there, you kind of just don't use him as package, give him 20 carries a game. Goal line, short yardage, and then when you're going no huddle, Kenny Gainwell.
I want Kenny Gainwell to be the guy.
Yeah, I mean he'll
him and Boston Scott.
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Because I mean if you can have Kenny Gainwell and Derrick Henry.
The Eagles don't have any cap space, and they aren't going to draft any skill positions.
No, they never do.
Yeah.
They don't need to.
They don't need to because ever since they.
No, they'll draft a corner.
Gonzalez?
No,
he's going top 10 now.
He's going to the Detroit.
I remember you showed me his tape and I was blown away.
He destroyed the combine.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh man, if he's top 10.
He's going to Detroit at 6.
That's good. I like that. His tape is. If you haven't, what's his name? Christian Gonzalez?
Correct, from Oregon.
Go check out his college tape. It was mind blowing how. Like a ball hawk, great tackler. I remember his tackling, open field tackling.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Incredible. I was just so awestruck by that young man.
Yeah, I really like Christian Gonzalez.
I mean, it seems like cornerbacks getting real popular. There's probably going to be how many taken in the first round?
Yeah.
Joey Porter Jr. Kaylee Ringo.
He's dropping, but I like Tyreek Stevenson from Miami. Tall, great man-to-man. He's like 6'4". Miami runs man-to-man. He's really good at it, so he's a guy to look out for.
Actually, there was something I read. How you were talking about how this combine had a whole bunch of different diversity and amongst the players, and I was reading how many outliers there were in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a corner that's like 5'10", but he weighs 230 pounds. I've never seen anything like that.
Huh.
And they're showing like all these how like Deuce Vaughn. Was he like 5'5"?
Yeah.
I thought it was just weird how there's a whole bunch of different skill. One of them's gonna be great.
You know the freakiest one of them all?
Stinson.
Who?
Stinson Bennett.
What about him?
Stetson.
Yeah, he's a 7th round pick. No, the freakiest one of them all.
Brock Purdy.
Darnell Washington.
Oh, I saw a clip of him blocking the sleds.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, all the other had like the Mayer guy, Michael Mayer, was like chopping their feet and like barely moving the thing. And he goes up and he moves the thing 10 yards with ease. And I was like, this guy's got it.
Yeah, man. He even during like the catching segment of the combine, he was like making crazy catches.
They say he's 6'6.5", right? But he stood next to a guy that measured in at 6'7", and he was taller than him.
No, I thought he measured in like 6'7.5".
I saw a report that he
264.
was. Yeah, but he stood next to the guy that was measured in taller than him, and he was taller than the guy. So I was like, who's doing these measurements, dude?
I don't know, but he is unlike anyone I've ever seen. He's basically a 6 lineman who has freak ability.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. I mean, I never saw such a discrepancy in blocking the sled than I did in that. Everyone was struggling and like chopping their feet, and he went up there and he was moving his feet, throwing that sled like it was Santa's sleigh.
I know. Yeah, normally like tight ends are like, oh, he's just a tight end, whatever. But I'm looking at this guy like he's a guy that I want on my team. Basically a 6 lineman. Basically Mercedes Lewis. Mercedes Lewis like super athletic and.
Oh gosh, I mean Luke's in love with what's his name, Darnell?
Darnell Washington.
Yeah, he's gonna be your new favorite player if you're comparing him to Mercedes Lewis. Because Luke always says that if he ever started a franchise, his Mercedes Lewis would be on his team.
Yeah, but not because of his on the field stuff. It's more of like his leadership and like being a good locker room guy.
He's a great blocker and great teammate.
Right, exactly. That's why, not because his size.
But he used to be really good too.
Right. But they're comparable because of their size. That's all I'm saying. But Darnell's could be a lot better than Mercedes Evers was. But yeah, I'd be licking my chops at Darnell Washington.
Do you don't want to talk about Bijan?
No, we will. I just want Darnell Washington to go to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Man, that would be some
perfect fit.
Yeah, that would be amazing actually.
Because they need
they're gonna keep T. Higgins. I don't know why. I'm glad that the GM for Cincinnati was like, you can't have T. Higgins. Like, that's our guy.
Well, they need, like, offensive line help, and Darnell could help being that good blocking tight end as well as being a great weapon. But Bijan, yeah, what's a good landing spot for him?
Anywhere.
Honestly. Does he go top 15?
With a running back, they always tend to fall. But I think Bijan's, I think GMs think he's the next, like, Saquon, that kind of guy. Maybe not to that level because Saquon was a top 10 pick, but
top 5. Zeke went top 5.
Those guys are. I feel like Bijan's not that. He's not that big. He's not. What is he? Weigh 215?
That's big enough.
Yeah, but like Zeke and Saquon were like 230.
Zeke's like 215.
Is he?
Yeah.
Not anymore. He's like 250 and he stinks.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm a big fan of Bijan, but
no, he's probably
big. He can go anywhere because the running back position is so expendable.
Where would you want to see him? What's the best possible landing spot where you're watching the draft, teams on the board, you're like, if Bijan goes here, that's a perfect fit? You can give me a list of teams or just one in particular. It's up to you, you know.
A team that needs a running back?
I mean, not necessarily. You're just like, okay, this team will, use him the way he needs to be used, or maybe they need a running back or whatever the best fit for him, Like, he gets picked by this team, and you're like, yes, that is a great.
The Browns.
Really?
Yeah, because, apparently Nick Chubb's on the market. Kareem.
No, he's not anymore.
He's not? That was fake?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I want Nick Chubb to get his.
Nick Chubb's the guy.
Don't draft him.
Don't draft. Oh, the Browns don't draft him?
Yeah. I thought I want Bijan to get, a bunch of carry. Maybe I think the Vikings would be pretty cool. The Bills, the Chiefs. I'd like him anywhere. I think he fits anywhere. I just don't want him to go where there's a young, I don't want him to go to the Broncos. I like to see the young running backs get theirs, and so I want Bijan to take over for an older running back.
See, but that's the issue.
What?
Whichever team he gets drafted by, he's going to be the guy. There's probably maybe 3 to 5 running backs that you would consider playing over Bijan in the NFL right now?
Nick Chubb?
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. But those are the teams that aren't going to draft him. But I'm saying
I've got it.
Like the Cowboys, the Jaguars.
I've got where I want Bijan to go.
Where?
The Saints.
That's a good one.
Because if Kamara goes to prison, that's his backfield. With Derek Carr, Chris Olave, Tyson Hill. I like that.
I like that if something happens to Alvin.
Carolina.
Carolina's my best fit for him.
But they only have one Do they? Who? What? I feel like a lot of teams have multiple first-round picks. Eagles, Texans. Texans won't draft him, will they?
I think they might.
At 12?
No.
Trade down?
Trade up.
I'm sorry?
I have a feeling that
He's going to go top 10?
it's possible Bijan Robinson, like, falls into, like, the late 20s, like, back of the first. And then a team's going to, like, trade up. Texans. Or, like, Panthers. Like, some team's going to be like, he's still here. We're going to get that fifth-year option. Trade up and snag him.
What about Cincinnati?
It could be a random team. See, like, weird.
Cincinnati?
Yeah, I guess if they cut Joe Mixon.
I think that things are looking that way.
Yeah, you can't stay out of trouble.
I don't know. I think, like, I guess he's this year's, like, Breece Hall, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Breece Hall's going to be a freaking... I mean, in all fantasy stuff, they already have Bijan going in the first round.
Miami Dolphins.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the one.
Tom Brady's going to be their quarterback.
You know what's sad, though?
Huh.
The Dolphins had the perfect spot in the draft to take him.
They traded for Bradley Chubb.
What was it, like 18 or 22 or something? I forget where they picked
it. Was San Francisco.
But they forfeited it because of their owner stuff, remember? The tampering stuff?
I thought they traded their first-round pick for Bradley Chubb.
Brian Flores.
Oh.
And they had to forfeit their pick. And I was like looking at the mock drafts, and it had like the Dolphins at 18 forfeited. It's like, man, that would have been such a good spot to take Bijan. But they messed up. They don't have him no more. So
is there any other like prospects, running back prospects that you're interested in? Are you interested in the A&M guy?
Yeah, Devon Achane, the track star.
I don't trust any track star running back.
He ran a 4.33.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot you can do with that. And Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh yeah, Jamal Charles.
Yeah, Alabama guy. He could go early too. I think Zach Evans is a guy I always will appreciate. And
I didn't see him stuff on the. Did he not go to the
combine?
We'll
always root for him. He'll probably fall in like the third round, but I'm a big fan. I mean, there's a lot, man. Tank Bigsby, the guy from UCLA, Charbonnet, whatever.
Charbonnet.
Yeah, Tucker.
Chris Brown.
Yeah, there's a few guys.
Illinois.
It's just, for me, it's just like those top guys, man. They stick out like a sore thumb.
I don't really know.
Like Jahmyr Gibbs on the Eagles would be cool.
I don't think they're gonna draft a skill position, dude.
Why?
That's just what I'm hearing. All the mock drafts have them getting like a corner and like defensive lineman or something, or offensive lineman or something.
Yeah, more than likely.
Because they stink.
No, man, they got the rest.
I thought they wanted to win the Super Bowl, man.
You win in the trenches. I've been telling you that.
Can I give you a trivia question?
Yeah.
All right, so there's Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and I forget the fourth, but which one of those had the highest grade coming out of high school?
Who was it? Trevor Lawrence.
Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert.
No, it's probably Jalen.
Jalen
went to like 4 state championships.
Okay, who's second?
Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, and who's third?
I guess Herbert.
Yeah, you got it. You got it right. I didn't know Jalen Hurts was. I mean, I guess he went to Alabama, but he was like higher than Trevor Lawrence and Herbert.
I'm surprised he was higher than Trevor Lawrence.
But there was a fourth one that made it more interesting. I just can't remember it at the moment.
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler went to Vanderbilt, dude.
That's true.
We need to get more. They need to recruit better at Vanderbilt.
No, but Jalen was special, man, because Channelview stunk at football, and then he got there and was like putting up crazy numbers and lifting 700 pounds on the squat rack.
And he turned out to be one special player.
You think so?
But he let the game get away from him, man.
No, that's not about him. It's not about him, man.
Yeah, it should be a interesting offseason.
What do the Texans do with their 2 first-rounders?
Quarterback and wide receiver.
That's it? No changing, no ifs, ands, or buts?
I could see. They need. I think their biggest need is a defensive lineman.
What do you mean by that?
It's glaring. We went to the game and we looked at their starting defensive line. I didn't know one person.
Rasheem Green? Jerry Hughes?
No. Yeah, and there was Jerry. Yeah, but that doesn't count.
He's good.
But like a Will Anderson would be really much needed. Like, I don't think they can really mess up. People can think they messed up, but Texans need a lot of help.
Would they mess up if they stayed at 2 and took Will Anderson?
No.
If they passed
I'd actually appreciate it if they had the cojones to do that.
If they pass up on a quarterback, you wouldn't feel some type of way?
No.
You don't think that'd be a mistake?
Because they have to get one of those quarterbacks.
Okay, yeah, see, well.
But can you get one at 12? Can you package the 12th pick and move back up?
I guess you could. Are you willing to take that chance?
I'm willing to get Will Anderson and Will Levis or Anthony Richardson or whoever drops. Actually, I like that.
I don't.
You want Bryce Young?
I think you take Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson. You stay at 2, yeah.
And then
I feel like if you like Bryce Young a lot, like more than anyone else, you trade up to 1 and you take him.
What about 12?
But if you're content with Anthony Richardson, stay at 2, take him. And then at 12 you get...
Dude, that'd be awesome if they took Anthony Richardson.
You take the rest of the bunch. If Jalen Carter falls because of that stuff, that's easy. Miles Murphy, the Clemson edge I really like, would be a good fit. They need that pass rush. I wouldn't take a receiver, no. It's a mistake.
At 12?
I wouldn't do it.
They ain't going to have Brandon Cook.
I'd take, there's just a handful of guys. You don't really need a tackle.
Yes, they do.
They have Laramie Tunsil.
Oh, you're talking about defensive tackle.
Oh, yeah. If Jalen Carter's off, you're not really going to. Brian Brees, the Clemson guy, probably not.
I would take. Is Jalen Carter supposedly falling?
Yeah.
Bad?
I guess it depends on what teams think about it, but I've seen him fall to the Jets and stuff. And then Atlanta at 8? Who knows, man? It's a serious incident, but it depends.
The Texans just have so many holes to fill.
Yeah.
And I think that's Houston's got a lot of rebuilding going on, the Rockets and the Texans. You got to be very patient around this city, and if you drive on the streets of Houston, you ain't very patient.
No, it's either that or you're homeless. A lot of homeless people out there.
Yeah,
the Astros, though.
Astros, you ain't got to rebuild. You got to win championships.
They're killing it.
Kyle Tucker's on the USA team.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, he's going to start probably left field.
Yeah, they just released. They're playing the other team. They're playing Dominican Republic is freaky good, too.
Yeah, I think they're the favorites.
Rafael Devers.
Machado.
Yeah, they're real good.
Julio Rodriguez.
My second favorite baseball team is... It used to be the Toronto Blue Jays, but now it's the San Diego Padres.
Why?
I like everything about them.
Can you name me 5 players?
Yu Darvish, Tatis, Machado. Is Eric Hosmer still on there?
No, he's on the Cubs.
When did that happen?
This year he stinks anyway.
Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Grisham.
Yeah. Jake Cronenworth.
Jackson Profar.
No, he's a free agent. The Astros almost brought him in, but
who's another good pitcher on the Padres?
Joe Musgrove.
Oh, how did I forget about
Blake
him?
Snell. Josh Hader.
Okay, dude, I know everything about the Padres. The Padres, I like them because San Diego's never won a World Series. They have brown and yellow uniforms, and they're spending money like it's going out of style.
Yeah,
if there's no salary cap, go spend money.
Yeah.
That's why Boston Red Sox are going to be miserable this year and win 77 games because they ain't spending that money when they had Mookie Betts. Padres have Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, there's been teams that haven't spent in free agency in 10, 20, like the Orioles, always horrible. Pirates are always horrible.
Why though?
Marlins, because they don't spend and they don't.
They're
cheap.
Their ownership and are just cheap.
Yeah, like if you talk to the fan bases of that, they'll. I hate this team. You know, I hate the owner. Blah blah blah.
Do you like the Padres?
You know what's funny? I'm in a fantasy league where we drafted a team, like an MLB team. So like the Astros, Braves, Padres, and I took the Padres, and you pick the 6 players from the team, and so I took Tatis, Soto, and so they're all on my team. Like that's my foundation, and then you draft the rest of the players that don't get picked for those teams.
Who are the 6 players? Joe Musgrove.
I took Musgrove, but he broke his foot, and so now he's out. But
Machado.
yeah, I took Soto, Machado, Bogarts, Tatis, Hader, Joe Musgrove, and Darvish. Like it's crazy, but like you got to think like the top 6 on these, like the Astros, the top 6 on the Braves.
I feel like the Padres would be one of the first picks in the draft.
I had the 3rd pick.
Yeah.
Because it was like the Braves, Astros, and I took the Padres.
I think the Padres would be like number 1. Because Juan Soto.
Yeah, but the guy in front of me took the Astros as an Astros fan. And
what does this mean? I just got a report that says Hopkins trade parameters agreed to.
What do you mean?
It's just what the report says. I don't know what that means.
Like they've given me a green light.
Read the top comment. I don't know.
So the parameters likely to trade Hopkins. That means like they got the green light.
Is it saying that like he's made it known to where he wants to be traded? And
yeah,
gave him like 3 teams or something.
Yeah, they probably have deals in place. Yeah.
Do you know what the teams were?
It's the Giants, Titans.
Ooh.
And
that would be so cool.
I forget the 3rd team.
Titans?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they need them.
But DeAndre Hopkins said he wants to be traded to the Titans.
Oh, no, I think it was just the teams interested.
The Giants would be cool.
Man, the Giants have a lot to work out themselves.
Well, Daniel Jones, someone's got to get franchise tag today, right?
It sounds like it's Saquon.
It's at the deadline's 4 today.
I think Saquon gets tagged and then they give Daniel Jones a new deal.
His price keeps going up. His agents are good.
Yeah, but the team said they're staying at pat. So it's either he leaves or they take the deal, from what I've heard.
I wouldn't pay him top dollar, to be honest.
Me neither.
I mean, he had a good, like he grew a little bit, but he wasn't one of the best quarterbacks.
No, but it's a tough spot because if I'm the GM, like I want to bring back Daniel Jones.
Yeah, not for $45 million a year.
Like we want you back on the team. We had a great year. We like having you. But you have to understand, you've been playing for 4 or 5 years. You've only had one good season. Like I can only afford to give you 30, 38 million, 35 million.
To be fair, he only had 1 year with Brian Daboll.
Yeah, but still, I mean, am I going to pay you because of the success of the head coach? No, I'm going to pay you because, you know what I mean? To me, that's saying, like, I can go get someone else and Daboll is going to be just fine.
Is there a chance the Panthers just go forward with Matt Corral?
No.
I thought about that today. What the heck is Matt Corral doing?
And I'm also not sure that Washington and Sam Howell happen either. I think that's a team that could.
They like Anthony Richardson, don't they?
I feel like they're a sneaky team for like if Will Levis falls or something, and they just like trade up and snag him. But no, there's zero chance that Matt Corral's a quarterback.
Percentage chance that Aaron Rodgers plays for the Jets?
High.
Over 60?
I'll say 55.
I'm going to go 97. He's talking, dude.
It's the Jets, Packers, or retirement.
No, because this is what happened. Darkness Retreat. Did you see the place he stayed at?
Yeah.
I don't know how he found the toilet in there, but
probably just did it on the ground.
If he came out of the Darkness Retreat and he wanted to talk to the Jets, he's got his mindset on the Jets. Guarantee it. Something spoke to him in the darkness, probably a Wendigo, or a spirit. It was like,
We were saying Rodgers to the Jets like months ago before the Super Bowl.
I think the ghost of Joe Namath came into that darkness retreat.
The ghost of him?
And he was wearing a number 12 jersey.
I tell him, hey,
he
find the door, don't let it hit you on the way out.
But when he turned around the apparition turned around to leave the room, and the back of the jersey didn't say Namath, it said Rodgers. So he's like, oh, it's a sign.
Yeah, I think Rodgers is built for New York, too. I think I said that before. Just like a cool, calm, collected, doesn't really care.
And I think the Packers are over Rodgers.
They are, absolutely.
They're ready for Jordan Love.
Oh, they had Aaron Jones was on that Good Morning Football, and they kept like doing like Rodgers is leaving type stuff. And it was kind of funny because he's like, I'm hurt. Like wouldn't you care about me? Like, we want Rodgers to stay. Like, you would be happy if he left, but what would you think about me? You know?
I wish Aaron Jones was leaving.
There was rumors, remember? And if he didn't take a pay cut.
No, A.J. Dillon will never have a chance to be his own man.
A.J. Dillon's just A.J. Dillon.
Why does he become good in winter?
He doesn't.
He was pretty good.
He's just a big guy. He has his moments.
You better watch it, Tom.
But he's not special.
I mean, this year in fantasy, I'm going chalk.
Yeah, let's talk about fantasy, would you?
Yeah, I'm going to go chalk. I'm not taking any risk.
What does that mean?
I'm not making any predictions. I'm going with leather.
What do you mean?
I'm going straight leather.
Elaborate. Like, what is not taking risk?
I'm not going to...
You're just going to stick to the status quo?
No bold predictions. No nothing. Just people that make sense. No Gabe Davis breakout year. I'm going with the people that produce. And there's nothing. Can
you give me an example of players that in the past you wouldn't consider, but now you're like, since they're good, I'm gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. With the star wide receivers. I don't care. I'm not looking for the next one. I'm looking for the ones that are already stars. That's what my faults were.
But there's only a few stars, though. I don't. So like guys like Pickens and.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Like guys who like could be stars, like you're not.
I'm not doing it.
You're just gonna be. But I mean, how late do those star receivers stay on the board?
First 3 rounds. I'm not doing running. I'm not going heavy running back anymore.
So like the first 3 rounds, you're just gonna go with the for sure.
Yes.
Because
I'm a better
Cooper
running.
Kupp and
I'm a better running back whisperer than I am wide receiver. Obviously, I have trouble with wide receiver. And tight end.
Yeah, it's because you don't make them a priority.
Exactly. Things got to change, dude. I'm going straight leather.
I'll have to see it.
You're still going polyester on it, and I'm not believing in that.
You have to.
You're still riding cloth. I'm going leather.
Because you can only go leather for like 4 rounds, and then after that, it's just throwing darts. Like.
Yeah, but I'm taking educated dart throws.
Like what? Like give me a name of a person who's gonna be in there in the 5th round. You're like, okay, yeah, he's a stud. Like, it's all like we're not sure. It's a whole lot of like, oh, I'm gonna take, who's a 4th, 5th round guy.
Who do you got on your board?
But like guys who like did it last year, like Tony Pollard. And Kenneth Walker and all these guys are now like 3rd rounder and 2nd and 1st. So like all those afterwards are guys who haven't done it yet.
I think what I mean is I'm gonna go with. I don't know how to.
So like if Keenan Allen's in the 4th, you'll take him or something like that.
Yes.
Like Hopkins or whatever, like guys who have done it.
Chris Godwin and stuff. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, those guys that have been doing it for years.
Even with Trask?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be me.
I think I just need to find people in good situations.
Ravens placing non-exclusive $32 million franchise tag on Lamar.
What did Lamar say?
He said,
"Miss me with that."
They didn't agree to a long-term deal. He's getting traded. He's going to the Falcons. That's crazy.
What do you mean? One thing happened, and then you kept escalating it until he's going to the Falcons.
Yeah, he got tagged. They didn't get a deal done.
What is that? Wait, what if he? Who's to say that he's not going to play under the tag?
He's not.
He said that?
Yeah.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys right now on the podcast, Lamar Jackson's going to be on a different team. That's all I'm saying.
It's not necessarily the Falcons.
I will bet money it's the Falcons.
Would you take
Carolina?
Would you take Breece Hall over Derrick Henry?
In what?
Fantasy football?
No question.
Breece Hall over Bijan Robinson?
No.
Is Breece Hall a first-round pick?
Yes.
Golly, that's crazy. Is Bijan?
Well, is Breece Hall healthy week 1? Can you guarantee me that?
He got injured after Javonte, right?
Yeah, but Javonte's was way worse, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. I just read that, and that hurts my heart.
Breece Hall tore his on, like, going in and out. I think he'll be fine. If Breece Hall's healthy, like, if you were telling me right now, like, Breece Hall went through camp.
He's going to be week 1
He'll
starter.
be 100% week 1. Yeah, like.
Is Bijan?
Yes.
What? That's so crazy to me.
How? Kareem Hunt did it.
He wasn't a first-round pick.
All these, like. Yeah, Saquon, Zeke, all these guys.
Najee Harris is the only one I can remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
I took him, boys.
You know what's sick about that?
Najee's going to be a first-round pick again.
Bijan Robinson is way better than Najee Harris.
Absolutely.
So why would he not be a first-rounder?
He's a rookie. I don't know.
I think you're concerned about the landing spot.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You have to think about it. Breece Hall.
Why does everyone
Jets,
think Bijan's like? I just don't like how everyone thinks Bijan's so good, like I do.
You know what's crazy too? You know, like dynasty leagues and fantasy, like you keep the players forever.
Yeah.
You know who's going first overall in a lot of those?
Bijan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before he even stepped foot in the league, he's first.
Yeah, but I thought that's how it went. You draft before they're in the league.
No, that's like rookie drafts. I'm talking about like if we started one today, like me and you, and every single player, rookies, quarterbacks, current players, Bijan, like this rookie class, Bijan's first overall.
Dang.
Breece Hall is like number 2. Like these guys, like it's crazy.
I don't like that, but I like it. It's like I really like Bijan Robinson.
Dude, he's special. You know that too.
You know, he's special because he's like, it's weird because he's going to be so good because he can catch the ball like Breece Hall. But he's much younger.
Yeah, you just watch him play and be like, man, that guy's like, freaking amazing.
I would look at Texas's box score and I look at his rushing, it wouldn't be that much. And then you look at his receiving, he had 100 yards receiving or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
do you remember?
It doesn't matter. He affects the game.
That one game, big game, Alabama, the wheel route, and he like had to dive for it over his head, and it was a crazy catch. Like he can do it all, and he's one of the best runners. Like he's Nick Chubb level runner.
No,
maybe not that good.
Not that style.
No, not like the style, but the way he can like evade,
shifty, and
like that type of runner. Like he's different.
What about who's the first wide receiver going off the board?
Addison.
Really?
Really.
Who's second? Johnson?
Zay Flowers.
Where's he? South Florida?
No, Boston College.
I don't.
Little guy. 5'8", 190.
Why?
Speed.
What happened to Quentin Johnston? Bad hands. He catches with his chest.
Didn't run.
He's gonna do a pro day.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Dude, I swear it's a big deal. Addison and Zay Flowers ran. They're gonna go earlier. Teams know that. They're like, he's healthy? Why would he not run the 40? Because he's trying to. He has his own agendas. Teams don't like that.
Who would you if you had to compare Ja Morant to an NFL player?
Patrick Beverly.
If you had to, I don't know if you didn't hear me.
No, I'm listening.
If you had to compare Ja Morant to an NFL player, who would it be?
Antonio Brown.
You don't like Ja Morant, do you?
Joe Mixon.
Ja Morant, man.
Oh, who NFL player? Oh, Greg Hardy.
I would compare Ja Morant to Henry Ruggs.
Oh, apparently he might be all right.
Who?
Henry Ruggs.
I thought he was facing like 25 years.
Yeah, but there was something with trial that they couldn't get a decision on.
I mean, probably not on a, like, what do you mean? It's obvious that he was drunk and he killed someone. Did he kill the dog?
Yeah.
He should get life for that one.
No, I mean I'm just saying what happened. But why would you make the comparison?
No, I think I was just pointing out that I'm not a big fan of Jean Moran.
Why?
Because you know this very well that I think that he's just a wannabe gangster. You know?
What makes you think he's a wannabe? What, he's not in that?
He had both of his parents.
Is that true?
He went to a private school. Go look at his pictures when he was a kid. He was wearing baby clothes. He wasn't repping, Grape Street.
Yeah, but
now he's trying to act like he's Young Dolph reincarnated.
Yeah, but to me that's like the new culture.
That's not what you have $200 million.
So?
Who cares if you're about
So
that
did Young
life?
Dolph.
Yeah, but Young Dolph he is that life. Rest in peace.
But
do you think it's because he lives in Memphis?
Yeah.
He's been listening to, I don't know, Jeffrey?
You see in the world, you surround yourself with the bad people, you're going to turn into a bad person.
So he got drafted by Memphis and he surrounded himself with Memphis goons?
I mean, I'm assuming.
I mean, that makes
sense. Because like at this point, it seems like he's not just doing it to do it. Like has bad influences and he's getting into stuff he shouldn't. It's not that he's like trying to be hard.
I think he is. I think
I
he's trying to
so.
portray. Look at him on the court. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'll shoot your dad."
Yeah, because that's what he's around
now. He's pointing
now.
guns at assistant coaches on the Pacers. Okay, he's on an Instagram live and he's showing a gun. What's the point of that? Tough guy. He's like, "Don't mess with me, I'll shoot you."
Yeah, but people who are about that life do that.
Stars of sports do not do that. Jokic isn't doing that.
Yeah, but now you're gonna.
Aaron Donald's not doing that.
Yeah, because they're surrounded with better people.
Why? Well, whose fault is that?
Jaws.
Okay.
But I don't think he's trying to be like this fake tough guy. Like he's just surrounded by bad people.
He absolutely is.
I think he's just around the wrong people, like people who are actually about that, and he's like been around them and he's trying to be like that. But at the same time, we see it all the time. There's people who were raised properly in the world, and it's like the way the culture is, man. It's just like the new thing.
I don't know. He needs to cut it out, though.
I don't know.
Obviously, everyone's taking notice, and he's now.
But like everyone carries, man. The fact that he had a gun isn't a big deal to me.
No, that's not a big deal to me either because you need to stay strapped.
I mean, everyone does. Do people get caught in the airport? Athletes all the time.
That doesn't mean you show it on Instagram Live.
Gilbert Arenas brought it into the locker room. Like, who cares, man?
No, I don't have.
Nothing's bad until someone gets hurt.
I don't have a problem with him having a gun. I think he has a lot of money. He needs to protect himself.
He can do that, yeah.
He doesn't need to be flashing guns to a 17-year-old he just punched in the head.
He's surrounded by wrong people.
His goons didn't have anything to do with that. He punched him himself.
He's surrounded by the wrong people, man. That's all I'm saying. Bad influences.
I don't root for Ja. I don't root for Luka. I don't root for Trae Young.
Or Devin Booker.
I like Devin Booker, man. He got in... And I also want to say, I want to make an announcement. I really, really like KD on the Suns.
Why?
I had like an epiphany watching his first game, and I was like, this is not bad.
You like it for the Suns, or you like it for your what?
I like it for the NBA, man. That's Kevin Durant's team. So if he gets a ring, people can get off his back. And I think we should just respect KD for being the greatest scorer in NBA history. Every level.
I don't like Kevin Durant.
What happened?
What do you mean? I never really did.
Why?
Because he's not... Okay, he's a good scorer, okay?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to hear?
Defender?
He's a good defender because he's long.
He's a good teammate.
He's not that guy, pal. He's not that guy.
But you have no reason to not like him.
Yeah, I haven't liked him for a long time.
And I think you probably didn't like him. I think a lot of people were in the same boat when he went to the Warriors.
I didn't like him on the Thunder that much. I called him a female. at the time, which was
Cupcake Koopala.
which was appropriate in our day and age back then. I did call him a girl when he was on the Thunder. And then the move to the Warriors showed his true colors, and he's continued to do it ever since. And he's never going to be the number one guy on a championship team.
Luke, let me boil it down for you. You're being an hater. Hater.
How?
Because Kevin Durant is going to be an all-time great.
I said that.
Okay. You're just nitpicking at why you don't like him.
Right.
And rather than just liking him for who he is, a great, great basketball player.
No.
Something we may never see again.
He's a good scorer. I agree. That's what I'm saying. He's an all-timer.
Okay. But how can you not like him, then?
You don't have to like him. What? People don't like LeBron. People don't like Michael Jordan. People don't like Karl Malone.
You do.
I do what?
You like all those people except for maybe Karl Malone.
Not really. Not personally. I appreciate them. I respect them because they're greats. I mean, if you're great, obviously, you're great at what you did. I respect that.
But you still haven't given me a reason why you don't like Kevin Durant.
He's just not someone I go out of my way to root for. I'll watch him play basketball because he's good at it. But he's not. I'm not like, oh, Kevin Durant. Yeah, he's my favorite player.
So if I got you a Kevin Durant Phoenix jersey, you wouldn't wear it?
Absolutely not.
That's shocking.
I think they have a great chance to win it all. But will they? No.
They will.
No, they won't.
In 7.
No, they're not. They're not.
Boston in 6.
They don't. I mean, they can match up well with some teams, but there's some teams in the East that I think are better.
Who?
Milwaukee.
They don't have enough.
The Boston Celtics.
Not enough.
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Not enough.
And my favorite one of them all, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Just let's think about it. Suns their starting lineup is Chris Paul.
Okay.
Devin Booker at shooting guard.
Good.
Small forward. Who is their small forward?
You tell
Torrey
me.
Craig?
Okay.
Is it?
I don't know. You're the one hyping up the Suns, man. You're the one that should be all about
Kevin Durant and DeAndre Ayton.
Okay.
They don't have a weakness.
Ayton is a weakness.
No, he's not. He's very valuable.
So you have Kevin Durant, right? Obviously, your team's good enough to go, 7 games with any team. Good, whatever. Brooklyn had the same formula, same recipe. What happened? They lost Game 7.
They didn't have DeAndre Ayton.
You act like DeAndre Ayton's some guy who's going to take over a basketball series.
The Nets took the Bucks to should have won in the 7th
The
game.
Nets' big three was better than the Phoenix's big three.
But the Nets didn't have a big man that was even capable of being on the floor. Kevin Durant was their big man.
Andre
Ayton
Drummond
takes off that. That's huge.
Ayton's not that good.
He's not bad.
He can't handle Brook Lopez. He can't Robert Williams maybe. He can't handle Joel Embiid. It's over.
He doesn't have to handle him. He just has to put up a fight.
He can't.
Yeah, he can.
He's the weakest 7-foot, 240-pound center in the league.
Boucher.
He's not that big. He's little. He's 6'9". I'm sorry, man. I mean, I like Ayton. He's a promising young guy, but he's not it. He's not that good.
What about the Rockets?
I don't really care about him.
I want to hear your analysis.
I think I'm going to go see him play the Bulls tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Man. I would say I'd go with you, but I don't want to see the Bulls. That's one team that is not on my radar.
They play the Nets after, and then they play the Celtics on Friday, I think.
They play the Nets tonight. Is it in Brooklyn?
Yeah, and then they play the Bulls, and then Brooklyn here, and then they play the Celtics here on Friday.
I want to see him play like a fun team.
We've seen all those teams.
No, I haven't seen a mini team.
I want to see the Kings.
I want to see the Kings.
Let's go see the Kings. But the Rockets, I hate watching the Rockets.
We're on a 2-game winning streak, bub.
Yeah, 2 games we've had to have lost.
What?
The Spurs, dude, they know what they're doing.
The Spurs, I think, sat everyone.
Yeah, on purpose because they're smart.
It's so frustrating. I think the most frustrating part of this year is Jabari Smith.
You can give me a whole list of things, man. I'd agree with you.
It's just I had so many expectations on that young man, and I think I'm not gonna give up on him. I'm definitely not gonna give up on him, but he's got a lot of work. Ball handling.
Been telling you this already.
His shot isn't broken, but his shots, it's just he's not getting open looks. Steven Silas has got to go. Jalen Green's, progressing, I think, would you say?
Yeah.
KPJ is our X factor. I like him. Alpe's not getting...
Why are you just now, coming to the realization about Jabari? Because before you were kind of like, no, I'm going to hold out
What is it called when you, what is it called when you can't accept the reality? In denial. I was in denial.
Okay.
And you know how Jalen Green had that big improvement the last half of the season? He made a leap.
Yeah.
I thought Jabari would have it, but he's just getting worse. And he doesn't shoot a lot. There's no plays for him. And it's just sad, man. It's sad. Alpe needs more touches. And now we're just getting closer to the point where, if we get Wembanyama, how do we even have Alpe?
Alpe's gone.
I want him.
If we have the first pick, I'd be shocked if we still kept Şengün. As hard as that is to say, I mean, we had to think about it logically.
Yeah. It's just, it stinks rebuilding, dude. But.
Yeah, it's hard, man, really. There's no structure. They kind of just play free-flowing ball. No really designated roles. Jalen's going to get a shot. KPJ's going to get a shot. But not a lot going offensively. They're not good defensively.
KJ Martin's been good.
They're too young. They don't have any veteran leadership in the clubhouse.
Usman Garuba's shooting 44% from three.
He's the second best defensive post guy.
We might need him.
He causes the second most turnovers per something.
He's starting to pan out.
Every center in the league.
He's gonna be a really good backup big man.
Maybe.
Ty looks like Michael Jacks.
He's not that good either. KJ Martin's been good. I like him.
I think Ty's gonna be something one day.
I don't know. His game doesn't really fit the Rockets that much.
Yeah, he's a mid-range guy, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. We're getting James Harden, though, so that's nice.
Yeah, we'll get Harden. We'll get Wemby. And we'll be just fine.
I hope we get Scoop.
Trade Alperen Şengün for Mikal Bridges, and we're right there.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges has been real good.
He'd be a perfect fit. KPJ, 6-man.
We need to change our logo.
To what?
The old one.
No, you're not going back.
I'm getting tired of looking at this logo.
The red one?
Yeah.
Why?
I want the basketball with the rocket. Or even the yellow one. I'll take the yellow one. The 90s one.
The red and yellow?
Did I send you that picture of Hakeem Olajuwon 93-94 season?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it. That's not that big of a deal.
Why?
MVP, Finals MVP.
Why is that not a big deal?
No, I've been thinking about it. It is a big deal because he won Defensive Player of the Year too. Any major category, he was in it.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I wish I was alive.
I think Giannis did it though that one year.
He didn't win Defensive Player of the Year.
I think he did.
Well, Olajuwon's cooler.
Definitely.
And the game was better.
Definitely.
Hakeem Olajuwon in the 93-94 season won League MVP, Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, All-NBA First Team, All-NBA Defense First Team, and he was third in scoring.
Yeah, that's an insanity.
You don't even remember him.
He's my GOAT.
Luke doesn't even remember him.
Hakeem is my GOAT, dude.
Dude, you weren't even born in 93.
Nah, I was still rocking the cradle.
I was born in 94 when this happened.
Yeah, you got a Hakeem year.
That's one of the best years ever. 94.
You think the Rockets will make the playoffs in the next 5 years?
5 years. Yeah, on the 4th or 5th year. Right? We have to, or this failed rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you think about it.
I think Houston, the city of Houston, just needs patience with their basketball and football team.
Get a new head coach.
D'Amico Ranks.
That's a great move.
Yeah, D'Amico is a great man for the city. Yeah, Steven Silas is poop.
Draft Jalen Carter at 2.
What the heck? You said you're going to take a quarterback.
Bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. And then draft Miles Murphy or Bijan Robinson.
What if they brought in Cliff Queensberry?
No, they already got their OC.
Who is it?
That Ben Skolonsky from the Niners. I'm excited for the NFL again.
You got a long way to go.
I'm actually excited for baseball. Hear me out. Fantasy baseball is the best fantasy sport.
I think it was the first fantasy sport ever.
It's also the best.
I'll play again if you put me in a league.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I just never know what position's the best. But I think I won when I was playing against you last year.
No chance.
I think I got first.
Did I stop looking?
No, I didn't. But I had I actually checked it, and I would pick up a new pitcher every week.
You were streaming?
You had the Kelly guy from Arizona.
Merrill?
Yeah.
I love Merrill.
I had who's that? The White Sox pitcher with the mustache?
Lance Lynn?
No.
Clevenger?
White Sox.
Lucas Giolito?
Oh, Cease.
Dylan Cease. Yeah. He's a monster.
He was really good. I had Verlander.
Yeah, that'll do it. Cy Young?
Oh, no, man. I was picking up pitchers like crazy, and I eventually found gems.
But do you know enough this year to play?
Yeah, I know who's out there.
Who?
In terms of what, pitching?
But you don't know like any of the young guys or nothing, huh?
I don't know any of the prospects. I just saw that one of them made their debut. I forget which team he was.
You don't have a list of like sleepers or breakouts?
Yeah, I do.
Who?
Sleeper, Forrest Whitley. Is that a good one?
No.
I don't know. Give me some sleepers.
I don't really have much.
Alex Verdugo.
He's not that. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't really like him that much.
I don't know. I'd have to look at that.
I'd have to look at my team. Hold on.
Just because you're on your team.
Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Reds.
I had him.
No, he's a prospect right now.
What about Jonathan India?
I like him a lot. Yeah, I have him. Ellie De La Cruz is a name I want to mention.
What about O'Neal?
He's awesome. He's like O'Neal Cruz.
That's the guy.
But he's shortstop for the Reds, and he's mashing. He had like a 500-something foot home run last year in triple. Dude, he's like 18. He's a freak. We're actually gonna watch a little bit of him when we get out of here.
All right. What's the time?
1:20.
Hello.
Alec Baum, the Phillies guy.
Yeah.
He's a sleeper for me.
Amazing grace.
Spencer Steer. Jesus Sanchez.
The sound that saved a wretch like Luke.
What do you want the Broncos to do in free agency?
Hey, we have unlimited spending money with the Waltons.
Yeah.
Walmart money. They're not scared to spend any amount.
But how much cap space do they have?
I think they're like middle of the pack.
It sounds like they're letting people go to create cap space.
Cortland,
Draymond Jones. Garrett Bowles probably.
But there's a lot of guys that I think we would improve. Like if Devin White.
No, we gotta like real. You don't have any like.
What? How is that not real?
But like, what are the chances that they get Devin White?
What if he's a free agent?
How?
He posted a cryptic message on Twitter.
Is he a first-round pick?
Yeah.
He's got one more year.
We said it's been a nice 4 years.
Doesn't he have a fifth-year option? Did they not pick it up?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He's really going to be a free agent?
That's what it sounded like with Devin White, but it's not confirmed.
Huh, that's crazy.
There's a report that Devin White looks like he's going to hit free agency.
Dang, I would not think that was possible.
If we got Devin White, our team would win the Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, if he did.
And we need those edge rushers that we've been drafting to show up.
29 teams are going to want Devin White, though, you know?
Yeah, but who's going to spend more than the Waltons?
The Bears.
Who is the pass rusher for the Broncos?
Which one? Bradley Chubb?
No, he's not on the team.
Nick Bonito?
No.
Baron Browning?
That one.
Why do I know more?
Because I always forget his name. I know Bonito, but...
Randy Gregory?
I think Baron Browning is going to be a freak.
What happened in the second half of the year? Was he
got
hurt?
hurt?
Like out for the season hurt?
I think so. He tried to come back and he just wasn't the same.
Because he was good for a little bit. And then
I think they're going to try to bring back Singleton, too. Alex? They love him. Broncos country loves him.
He's all right. He'll be there.
But I think...
They need like a...
They need an offensive line.
They need like a C.J. Mosley.
They need a middle linebacker. They need offensive line. I think getting another. Actually, I don't even know.
Tremaine Edmonds, the Buffalo guy.
Yeah.
That'd be a great fit.
Do you think they need more wide receiver? I mean, they're getting Tim Patrick back. I don't think so.
Does Cortland stay?
If he leaves.
Yeah, you need another one.
What about KJ Hamler?
What about him?
What if Tim Patrick just fills in for Cortland, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler?
I want another one.
They have Seth Williams.
Yeah, they have.
You forgot about him.
They have a few.
Tyree Cleveland.
Yeah, and what's his name? Kendall Hinton, that Johnson guy. Brandon Johnson.
The big guy.
Yeah. But do I want those guys being my number 4? Not really.
Go get
I want Hamler being my number 4. You can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to get Tim Patrick. People sleep on Tim Patrick. He's good. He'll be good.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Broncos, but I'm not going to speak much this offseason about them.
Need offensive line the most.
I'm not looking in the rear view. I'm looking straight forward. I'm driving a car with no rear view mirror and no side mirrors.
It's a good way to do it, man.
I'm switching lanes, too.
No, you can't. You're going to hit an old lady and knock her off the street.
She had it coming.
Yeah, you know what you have coming?
What? Super Bowl.
Whose?
Broncos, Eagles, Super Bowl.
Over or under 8.5 wins?
Over.
You think they can get 9 and 8?
Dude, they could have had like 10 wins last year, but they lost by a touchdown every game.
That's a big deal.
No, it's not. One score and they win. They lost by under a touchdown, I think, like 7 times. You switch that around, during the playoffs, they probably beat Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no way.
What would it be like if the Eagles played the Broncos in the Super Bowl? Would we watch the Super Bowl together?
No.
I'd find you.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I'd find out where you're at and I'd go.
I'd be with your dad.
Yeah, I'd be with Dad too. Because he's a Broncos fan.
Nah, he'd root for the Eagles.
No, he wouldn't. I feel like we wouldn't talk to each other for a whole 365 days after that game.
Yeah, I would. I'd let you know about it.
Yeah, because the Broncos won.
I'd make you feel every inch of it.
I wouldn't be talking around
I'd probably get out the pedal board.
I'd probably get out the pedal boat and leave to Europe.
I'd probably paint my face brown or burnt orange and blue.
I wouldn't let you.
Why?
Because you're rooting for the Eagles.
Yeah, but it's psychology.
All I know is that would be a very interesting night.
You're saying that's what it is next year?
Yeah.
Can I make a claim?
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's at the end of the podcast, so that way I can change it when the time comes.
Nope.
Your 2024 Super Bowl champs, Buffalo Bills.
Who's their starting running back?
James Cook.
Yes. That's who Gibbs is.
No.
Yeah. Same exact person.
Gibbs is better.
No, Gibbs is tiny.
Yeah, but he commanded like the majority of the work at Alabama.
I'm sorry, Zamir White was on Georgia.
You don't think Alabama has great running backs?
Bo Scarborough? Not a chance.
Of course they do. Jahmyr Gibbs is good, and he's going to be good in the NFL. If you like Alvin Kamara.
What if you like Jamal Charles?
He's not that good.
What about Priest Holmes?
That's a big guy. Larry Johnson. Jamal Charles was freak.
You remind me of Walt Jr.
You remind me of Morgan Spurlock.
What?
You remind me of Morgan Spurlock.
I'm not familiar with that man.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not familiar with her. Got him.
I'm going to play Vietnamese cards.
I was on fire this weekend.
You played?
Yeah.
How many games did you win?
We didn't play as much as we normally do.
Did you have a cup of orange juice?
No, I had a lot of coffee and a lot of water. I drink a lot of water.
What'd y'all do this weekend?
We went to a Lake Sleepy Hollow.
Did you get sleepy or did you get hollow?
I got sleepy,
Yeah.
but it was fun. It was a good time. There's something about the lake that brings out the best in me.
Was it mysterious or was it like vibrating?
At night, it looked like a black hole. It was so still and so dark. It was scary.
Was there any scent coming off of it?
Yeah, it was like a lemon meringue.
Pleasant.
Simple. And in the morning, there's smoke coming off of it. So I'd seen smoke on the water, fire in the sky. Yeah, it was really cool.
Did you do a polar plunge?
Nope, I didn't get in.
Why?
And I was saying the whole weekend I'm getting in there.
You should have, man.
I know.
Now you left knowing that you didn't get in.
It's okay, dude. It was a small lake.
It'll be fine.
I was scared that like small lakes probably have like
Spiders?
I saw a few spiders, but like it's near Lake Livingston, so like what if a crocodile or an alligator, like one of them branched off and went to this lake and he got to eat all the fish, so he's like 18 feet.
Dude, your mind is crazy, huh?
Like a super croc. And he just waits for someone to get in there and kill
You've
him.
been listening to too much Forrest.
Whitley?
No, Galante or whatever.
I mean, that's true. I mean, if he's got all the fish to eat, he's going to be huge.
He won't leave you alone.
He's probably going to be 120 pounds. 20 years old.
The chances of you jumping in that water and getting right out of you getting attacked is very slim.
But is there a chance?
No, probably
There's
not.
a chance I ain't willing to take. I also got overcome with mulberries.
Yeah, it's good that you're out there with nature. Probably felt
you
good.
need to get out there more, dude. You live in the city too much.
Yeah, well.
Luke's living in the concrete jungle now.
New York.
No, but we're actually...
It's fun, dude. It's different.
Yeah, I think it just takes time to adjust to something like this.
Just for 13 months, and then I'll live out in
Yeah, go get a house on Lake Sleepy Hollow.
Galapagos Islands
Mm.
in Ecuador.
You could have Mudbug farm.
Yeah. I'll grow those leaves that you can make tea out of, and it's kind of sweet.
Tai Chi?
Nah, forget it.
You could have like a family of Galapagos tortoises.
I thought they were extinct.
No, they're in Galapagos. Just
long as
don't
I
put them
don't-
in water. They can't swim.
As long as I don't interact with Komodo dragon.
That's Komodo Island.
They don't have them over there?
I don't know what they have in Galapagos. I think it's a mystery. What's the time, dude?
1:30. He was mad at.
I'm not mad. You have something you have to get off your chest?
No, not really.
How many genders are there?
Oh no, I just got here.
I don't know. I just got here. That guy's a legend, man.
You know who I want to get on this pod?
Who?
Beetlejuice?
That'd be the worst podcast ever.
No, it wouldn't.
I mean, he knows some things, but I think some questions he wouldn't understand.
He lies a whole lot. It's funny.
Well, I think he doesn't lie. He just doesn't know. Like, he thinks he's 8 foot, and really he's like 3 foot.
I saw one the other day I was going to send you. He's in the car, and this guy's like kind of messing with him. He's like, Beetlejuice, you stopped drinking? He's like, yeah, I haven't been drinking. I quit. Like, I don't do drinking. The guy's like, you want to go to the sushi bar, get some drinks? He sits and thinks. He's like, sushi bar? He's like, yeah, I go get some drinks. He's like, Beetlejuice, you were telling me you don't drink anymore. It was really funny.
Beetlejuice is a natural treasure.
Dude, for some reason, I just like love watching him interact. Do most people feel that, you think?
Yeah, I think that's why he's so like famous.
Because like he doesn't care. Remember, he was talking trash to Floyd? He's like...
Yeah, because you can tell him anyone's name and he's going to start talking. He doesn't matter even if they didn't say anything mean. He just starts talking mess about them. He's like an angry guy right off the bat.
Have you seen the Godfrey one, the comedian?
Gilbert Godfrey?
Yeah. He's like, you heard any of his jokes? You know how that is? He's like, no. He's like, I don't want to. He's like, oh, well, we have him here today. And he walks out. And Beetle like turns. He's like trying not to look at him. And he's like, I'm going to tell you a joke. And he's like, that's the worst joke I've ever heard.
Yeah, and then they say something about, what's the lead singer for Limp Bizkit? Durst?
Yeah.
Fred Durst?
Mm-hmm.
He kept calling him something else, like...
Dead Durst?
Yeah. He can't pronounce and remember names.
Dead Durst.
Just talking crazy, even though he doesn't even know the guy.
Wait, that's the worst guy. Dead Durst.
Yeah, he's great. I love Beetlejuice.
Yeah, he's an interesting cat.
Alright, Bo, you got anything else for me?
No, I gotta use the restroom.
Me 3. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Forget What You Heard. We hope you enjoy it. We love you guys. We're going to keep on keeping on. Peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy your week. Much love. Yeah. And you guys take care now. You hear?